The goal for this podcast is to better our understanding through conversation. Communication is one of the easiest, yet hardest things to do. Whether that's communication of feelings, thoughts, or opinions. But through communication, new perspectives begin to take place. Throughout the various topics and opinions discussed on this podcast, we hope that we can add value, understanding, and a few laughs to your day. Thank you for listening, and enjoy the show. Welcome back to the Real Talk Podcast. I am your host, Bruce, and I'm joined with E. What's going on with you, bro?
My brother, how you doing, man?
Good, man.
It's a great day to be above ground, man.
It is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Well, it is, bro. Talking to the people once again. I wanted to share a little fact with you, dog. So, 2023, everybody pop off with the New Year's resolutions. Everybody got things they want to do. So, over the past couple of years, some of the top resolutions that people have had were improve mental health, pay down debt, weight loss, working out, saving money, and just a happier perspective overall. Just having a happier perspective on life. And I'm a foodie, dog. So at points of desperation, you look for quick results. And food gives me that. I got control over it. I can do what I want with it. I can eat it. I can have as much as I want. And sometimes it's soothing. But then you got guilt, shame, frustration, all that comes into play. So if your goal is a weight loss or to go to the gym a lot more, attach it to someone other than yourself. You know what I'm saying? Have someone, for me, it's my daughter and my wife. I got to be around for them. I got to be able to play with my daughter. I ain't trying to be out there like my back hurt, my legs hurt, all this. So that's what I attach it to, man. So whatever your New Year's resolution is, whether it's to save money, try to attach it, lose weight, whatever it is, get healthier, attach it to somebody other than yourself.
Most definitely. If I may add something on that.
Go ahead,
also,
bro.
You might, again, let's stop aiming for something overly grand. Sometimes, man, you got to make it personal. You got to make it, also you got to make it doable too.
Facts.
Just being the best version that you can be on a daily. You wake up and you just want to, honestly, you just want to be better than the person that was walking this earth the day prior.
100%. 1% better.
That's it, man. Hey,
1% better, dog.
That's it, man.
And that's all we could do. You know what I'm saying?
Most def. So my brother, got anything else you want to add on that?
Nah, that's it, bro. We got right into it.
Okay, man. So without further ado, I got a topic for you, man. I got a question for you, actually.
What's up?
Guess we could call it the topic, but it's a question that I want to ask you. So, you ready for this one, bro?
Yeah. What's going on? I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, okay. Would you rather be seen as common or uncommon?
Common.
You'd rather be seen as common.
You know my brain, bro. I try to give you a quick answer, but
that's
I'm
your
over
quick
here
answer.
thinking you what do you mean? What aspect? You know what I'm saying? Because it's depending on what it is. Civilized, I want to be common. You know what I'm saying? As far as standing out, unleashing gifts, then I want to be uncommon. So that's how I look at it. It depends on what angle you're going at with it. Because there's multiple things. If it's just, do you want to just be a common person on this earth, just walking, just general? Nah. I want to be uncommon.
Okay, cool. But if this was a pop quiz per se, and you just were presented with two answers you had to pick from, one being common, one being uncommon.
Well, I pick uncommon. I just go with the uncommon.
Okay. Why?
For the simple fact, it just adds more pizzazz, man. It adds more variety to me. Okay.
So it's funny, man, because when my grandfather was here on this earth, man, he used to always say, it's funny, man, how it's always, you hear people say things at the moment and then it doesn't register until they gone. Then all of a sudden you reflect back, you're like, yo, I get it. I understand what he was saying. So peculiar. He used to always talk about that. He's been saying that, like he was saying that for years, right? Peculiar. It's really not a word that's used all the time. Not. But in this situation, I think it's perfect. I think it's a perfect copy and paste for this situation here. But it's like the way he used to go about doing his thing, right? He definitely was all of that. Peculiar. He was definitely that. But it's like, now looking back at the way he lived his life, right? He would have been so different than most people that, you know, that's in this world today. You couldn't put him into a box because, you know, he wasn't, man, in stature, he wasn't tall at all. He wasn't big at all.
Facts.
But the thing about it is like, man, it's like he had a big personality that was really silent. Did you hear what I said? He had a big personality that was really silent. But you couldn't put him in a box because he was too big for a box. And, you know, like looking back at it and like looking at my life now, trying to answer that question that I asked you,
yeah,
I definitely would say I would rather be seen as uncommon. You know, those are the valuable things in life. You think about the things in life that's most valuable are the things that you don't have a lot of them.
Facts.
You know, so that means the demand increases on those things that there aren't tons of. You know, diamonds, you know, pearls, things that's uncommon, you know, the ninth wonders of the world. Mm-hmm. You know, those things there is like, yo, like, that's expensive. You know, it's rich, it's grand, so to speak. So I know you probably wondering, you like, okay, what you getting to, bro? How you even got this topic, right? So one day I was at work and I was just thinking, right? Just looking around thinking. And I said to myself, you know, I saw a Ferrari.
Yeah.
I saw a Ferrari.
Riding down the street, park?
No, it was parked.
Yeah. What color was it? You remember?
Man, I can't remember. Like, I'm going to be honest with you.
I thought it was something that about it that like...
No,
I ain't even let you get in your story. No, so I'm over
I can see what you on. Like, what color was it? But you know what? How you acting, that's how most people act, right?
Yeah.
For me, man, I honestly don't know, man. My son, like my baby boy, he's big on cars than I am. Like me, I'm like, okay, it's a car. I'm sorry, that's just how I look at things, right? I'm like, yo, it's a nice car, but it's a car, you know. But then it's like the gentleman, he was like, he was talking to someone, and he was like, can I park it here? And the guy he was talking to, he was like, well, you can park it in the garage. No, I can't go in the garage. I was like, okay, cool. Then it's like it just dawned on me, right? I'm like, okay, so you spend all of this money on a car in which, like, I start to evaluate life, right? So what helps give you more sleep at night? I'm all about whatever helps get me more sleep at night. I buy this expensive car, then all of a sudden now more worry comes with this expensive car because now the car is uncommon, but I want it. I want it in a sense. I want the benefits and the rewards of things that are common, but I can't get that with this car. Now I'm sitting around there. I got to think about, okay, people going to be out there wanting to take pictures of the car. Some people going to be on your car, you know. Then all of a sudden you want to park to the side of the street, but you don't know somebody could come by and still brush your car. You can hit, people can hit your car. Anything can happen 100%. At any given time. But it's like the moments that you want to be extra precautious of something, oftentimes that's when mistakes can happen. And the things you don't want to happen, they happen. You know, it's like you said something, man, before. You was like, your normal everyday routine. That becomes impeded because now you thinking too, it's like you want to bubble wrap this thing. You want this thing to be, just extra protected. But really and truly, again, you want to live a common life with something that's uncommon.
Bro, how many people in the world doing things in their life, their lifestyle, that's going against what they like? How many people are doing things that are uncommon, trying to live a common lifestyle? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
And man, it's crazy, bro. Like, man, that's crazy, dog. Cause I'm just thinking, like, man, like, and I ain't trying to get too deep or nothing like that, man.
I think we getting ready to go there, man.
But I'm saying, like, bro, how many people with gifts and talents, but they letting drugs not even supposed to be in your life, bro. You're not even supposed to be on drugs. You're not even supposed to be drinking like that. Not even supposed to be giving your body away like that. But you doing something that's uncommon to your gift, and you trying to live in your gift. You know what I mean? You trying to be common in your gift, and it's like, bro, that's why it's not working. That's why, you know what I'm saying?
It becomes detrimental.
And like you said, that's why you got so much stress, because you overly thinking now, because you done added this extra variable that shouldn't even be there. You know what I'm saying? That it's just messing up your whole movement.
You done threw an extra ingredient that ruined the whole meal.
Crazy, dog.
It's like, man, I'm gonna take it there. You were talking about, I'll do it. So let's go backward for a second before we take a few steps forward. Let's go back. All right. So, I grew up in the church. You grew up in the church, right?
Correct.
Or you in the church, same difference. So you got brothers and sisters that's in the church, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the church teaches us that should we be common or uncommon? Think about it.
Uncommon, because of, you're not supposed to be of the world.
Exactly, right? So everything that's said to be in the world.
Yeah. You're supposed to fight against it.
Exactly. So with that being said, so the worldly outlook on things would be really
common. Which is crazy, bro. And I love the way you did that, man, because it's so true. You know what I'm saying? You're born into it. And it's a lot of things that we think are normal, the norm, and it's really the total opposite of what you should be doing.
Exactly. So it's like oftentimes, man, that's why when you think about it, it's easy to do the wrong thing.
Facts.
It's easy to do the wrong thing, but people, have often talked about it. It's also, with that being said, it's easy to get into trouble and hard to get out of.
Yep.
But the thing about it, it's like, it's common. It's a common place. Well, I think too, it's the mind state of things too, of what we think. So a lot of times, when you in church, man, and you sitting there and you watching things, everything about church, man, when you young, man, everything about church looks uncommon.
Yeah, it do.
It's scary at times, man, coming up sometimes, man. You see people falling out, you're like, oh, Lord.
Shouting.
Yeah, but man, look here.
Sisters, you don't understand it.
The older sisters, man, the wig about to fly off, all of that. You like, this is church.
Right.
It's like, I remember, man, sometimes I was like, I don't think I don't want to come back. Exactly. But you know what, man? It's like, it's really, when you think about it, when people shouting around in church, man, if somebody had, let's just say, what's that, somebody had
what
is it called when they have loud outbursts?
What do they call it, the Holy Ghost?
No, I'm not talking somebody like when you.
Oh, is you talking about
yeah? What is it called? Tourette's. For that moment, you in church, they right at home. Like you won't know. Like seriously, like right or wrong.
That's funny, bro.
No, but it's funny, but it's real, right?
Right.
That's what I'm saying, and
especially when if it's like the service is upbeat. Man, everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I kid you not, man. I used to be in church, man, and one sister used to always, man, pastor used to be preaching, man, putting it down. And then all of a sudden, man, you can always tell when pastor when he went there and when he dropped the major key, old girl used to get up, oh yeah, that's what she used to say. Like, man, bro. It's almost like, bro, you knew it was coming. Oh yeah. It's like you knew it was coming, bro. So what I'm saying though, bro, like it's always stated when you in church, man, come as you are. Come as you are. Now sometimes people take that to the extremes.
Yeah, they do.
To the extremes, capital E.
But at the same time, you gotta start somewhere. You know what
That's
I'm
true.
saying?
They there.
Yeah, they there, bro. You showed up.
Exactly, and they showing out. But what I'm saying is, man, at the end of the day, bro, like the most uncommon things happen in the house of the Lord. It's like people come out of the streets, man, come in there, man. They could be on I've seen these things, man. People been, they've been on addictions, all kind of stuff, man. Somebody could have came into church high, smell like a pound, and all of a sudden got healed right there in the church.
Facts.
In the church. And it's like, man, you can look at TV sometime, man, reality TV, and then you can tell, man, this don't even look.
That's even uncommon, bro, because why is it called reality TV when it's not even reality, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the norm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's crazy, bro.
That's a play on reality.
Right? So that's wild, man, in itself, man. I'll tell you one thing, bro, one incident where it's like interventions. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the first times I experienced that, like a major intervention, like with men. And it was just a young man. It was a few men from the church, older men from the church. It was a young man, teenager age, and he was just like, they was having an intervention with him. They had him in the office. They were just talking to him, bro. And it was just like one of those moments to where that was just uncommon, bro. I was like thrown back. All I could do is just sit in the back and just like watch, bro, and listen. I was like at awe because I never seen a group of men like do that. You know what I'm saying?
I was getting ready to say, also to piggyback off what you say, man, when you see a bunch of brothers together doing something positive, that's uncommon.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I never seen that, and it was like, man, it just to me. I mean, I've probably seen it, but it's far and few between, man. It's just like, bro, it hit you just like that.
Exactly, man, and it's a powerful sentiment.
Facts.
That it's like when you see it, man. First of all, you don't even have to. The brothers. It doesn't even matter what those brothers look like. The physical build of those brothers. Just to see those brothers together, man, working toward the same goal.
Yep.
Man, that again, man, you get people on the same wave, bruh. Like that's when you had the most impact.
I'm telling you, man.
That's when you have the most impact. And again, it's uncommon because really and truly, I believe again, it's a mindset thing. So we should start by asking ourselves, what do we perceive as common?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Whatever we see as common, is that right? Is that what right looks like?
Facts. 100%, bro. I want to move into some things, bro, that I got on my mind. So it's like, is accountability common? You know what I'm saying? Accountability common. Do we avoid uncomfortability? And we can overpat our life if we're not careful. Like, it's like watching a kid ride a bike, and you got knee pads, elbow pads, helmet on, vest on, and it's like you can't even properly ride a bike because you got all this safety gear on, man. You too scared to be uncomfortable.
Now, can I add another? Now, that's funny. In my mind, this side, interest in my mind works, right? So you say, like, I can see this child, like, ducked out in safety.
Facts.
Safety.
Reflective gear.
Yeah. So let's just say the child fall. Then all of a sudden, the child becomes comfortable with falling. Sometimes it take that one fall for you to feel that one fall and realize, I don't ever want to fall no more.
Facts.
So I'm going to get the hang of this because I don't want to be down there again. I don't want to feel that pain no more.
That made me think of like skateboarders and like the BMX whole movement. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy tricks like that. I imagine how many times you had to fall, hurt yourself to be able to do something like that. But it's just like getting past that fear of comfortability, because where it came from, where that thought came from was like you got comfortable, you got uncomfortable, right? And in this world we live in, we try to be so comfortable, try to have everything the right way. But it's like in life, man, like life it don't work like that, bro. And it's just like, not to go too deep or think too hard on it, man. It's just like, what do you read? What like, how are you padding your life? Are you over padding your life, or you could be under padding your life? You know what I'm saying? But end of the day, man, it's just like, it's comfortability common.
That's interesting too, man. About the BMX, you say?
Yeah.
Like those guys. The one thing that I would say about them that's uncommon is their resolve. Like you said before, Like how many times they fell
on a small bike too, bro. It ain't even a mountain bike.
Exactly. So just picking themselves up and just, I'm gonna keep trying. Right. The resolve is what's uncommon.
100%.
And that helps get you to your overall goal. And really, like the end result. It's just, man, it's your drive, your goal, perseverance. Like that's what must stay uncommon. Matter of fact, you trying to make
I feel like that should be common. But now,
when I say uncommon is because think about common. What we said about common. Common is something that everybody's doing. A lot of times when everybody doing something, a lot of times that ain't the right thing to be doing anyways, especially in the world. So when you remain uncommon, to be honest with you, that's when you truly make you truly make an elite team, because you bringing something to the table that's not
already there.
Exactly. Your hustle. You sitting up there, I'm gonna do the things that nobody else want to do.
I feel you.
That's what makes you valuable.
So be uncommon in somewhere that's common. You know what I'm saying? In the places that's common. So that made me think about, like you mentioned, perseverance, right? I'm thinking we've been taught that like the discipline is uncommon. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like being undisciplined is common. You feel me? And you can be free. You can do what you want. You know what I'm saying? That's like the rules of the world. And that's why most of us struggle in it, I feel like, because the perception of discipline is that it's boring and it's restrictive. But without restraint, you will be stopped in the pursuit of your goals by distractions. Always be distracted by something. And that's what discipline does, man. It narrows your life. It simplifies your life. So when you have too many choices, you become analysis paralysis. When you have, you know what I'm saying? You get stumbled over your words when you're using too many words, and you become lost. So your judgment on what's common, what's uncommon becomes like tainted. It becomes skewed. Blurry. So gotcha. Your heart. All right. To hear what God is saying to you, man, eternally, you have to quiet the outside world. And to quiet the outside world, you got to get by yourself. And with that being said, man, that's when distractions come in. And basically all I'm saying is like build up discipline to where you're able to quiet your outside world, build a discipline to where you're able to simplify your life. And I feel like those two things are uncommon because we feel like we got to be so complex. Our life got to be so complex. It's like our life is really simple, bro. It boils down to a few principles.
When you say build a discipline, what do you mean?
I feel like we all have discipline, man. We just got to direct it in the right place. You may got the discipline to turn on the TV every day after work, to yell when somebody cuts you off, to get faded on the weekends, to get your haircut done. You know what I'm saying? We all got discipline to do something on a regular basis, bro. But by directing that discipline into other areas, you can learn to refuse things, say no to people, and importantly, sometimes say no to yourself.
Okay. So I think I'm trying to get at the bigger picture.
What's up?
So what you are talking about, my friend, I believe it's another word that goes in front of that discipline.
What's
self-discipline.
Self-discipline, bro.
That's the most important thing.
Real, bro. And I feel like your battle is with yourself first. Yep. You know what I mean?
Always is.
As soon as you wake up, dog.
Here we go.
As soon as you wake up, man.
Matter of fact, your one side of your mind say, here we go. The other side say, no, we don't.
I'm telling you,
let's go back to sleep.
It's crazy, bro, because it's like what you said, man. Like I said, the battle is with yourself. And so many people in the world, it's like you free. You do what you want to. So it's so much pulling at. I mean, there's so many distractions pulling at you, man. It feels like you don't have to restrain from anything because it's all out here for you. But it's like that's where the real power comes in, by being restrained, by having self-discipline. Because now you narrow your life and your focus is super on point now. It's razor sharp because you know what to focus on. Your view goes from right here to right here, bro. Like the horse with the blinders on. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's just self-discipline, bro. First thing, man.
Okay.
Go ahead, bro. Something on your mind?
Well, I know. I hear some of I can hear some of the listeners, and they're thinking, "Well, is it always good that tunnel vision isn't always good? You should be able to see out in the distance, especially through those peripherals at times."
Most definitely.
So I guess what Brother B saying, it's a time for everything.
It is, though, man. Right.
But definitely, even with that, though, just in the sense, man, of being uncommon, in a lot of cases, like your vision is different anyways.
It is.
You're not just focusing on a lot of being a visionary. The word visionary is uncommon when you think about it.
Why you say that?
How many people are visionaries?
What are they then?
I'm just saying. How many people are How many people are?
I don't feel like people have a vision. Like,
okay, so if you don't have a vision, then you're definitely not a visionary. Like being able to think out, like to be ahead of your time, to be so-called ahead of your time. You mess around and God forbid you then left this world and then you've passed on. But what you've left behind is like a futuristic gift that you bestowed upon the world, in which people were like so many years out of still doing things that you talked about back in, what I'm saying? That's being you was a visionary, because nobody was even thinking that way back in 100%. That particular day. At the present time, nobody was thinking that way. That's why you were called crazy then. No, he crazy. Ain't nobody gonna. But then all of a sudden, that brother was a visionary.
100%, bro.
So that's uncommon.
It is, though. It make me think of like, bookworm. You hear people getting picked at, or man, you always reading this and that, and it's like, I feel like at points in times, people that are like that, though, are visionaries, because they looking past their present current time. You know what I'm saying? There may be somebody in high school right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You getting picked at, you getting bullied for always reading, for being a smart one. But it's like you see the vision for your life already, bro. You seeing past that moment of just living in that high school era. You know what I'm saying? You thinking farther and beyond your current situation. I think that comes with like information, right? So like this kind of ties into my point about being free, is that you're not born to do everything. Again, like I said, we taught to be free. We taught to do that. You can do whatever you want under the sun. But I feel like too much information is a curse.
Too much of anything isn't good.
You don't know what to do with it all.
Yeah, it's moderation. We must take, because to be honest with you, and I don't mean to cut you off, but one thing I had to learn, man, over the years is it's crazy. We, just like a dog that chases his tail, right? If the dog actually caught his tail, then what? It'll be a painful situation. It'll be a painful situation. So the dog is curious about catching something that, in a sense, it was never meant for him to catch, because if he caught it, he would only put himself in pain.
That's crazy.
That's like, too much knowledge. It can add to a bad thing.
100%, bro. Too much information, dog. Because I think, like, not everything benefits us. Not everything benefits us to know. So you always heard that saying, like, jack of all trades, master of none. And I feel like that's what it becomes. And when you think about Tiger Woods, what you think of?
I mean,
or what sport?
Oh, golf.
What about Michael Jordan?
Basketball.
Bill Gates. You feel me?
Yes,
you get me?
All of it is success.
All of it, and I feel like they simplified it by focusing on one thing. You know what I'm saying? Focusing on one thing and mastering that. But you got to learn what's right for you and what's not good for you. There's plenty of good opportunities, but the right opportunity, there's plenty of good things for you to do, good opportunities to come around, but what's that right opportunity for you? You feel me? So, you talked about being general, right? Being a general person. And we talked about vision. So, I feel like some people go through their whole life without like a clear vision, a clear path. And I feel like vision directs your path. It lets you know what you should eat, what you should read, who you should hang out with. And it has become uncommon for people not to value themselves because they don't know who you are. They don't know who they are. And that's what vision does for you, bro. It helps you identify who you are.
And who you see.
Who you see, bro, your purpose. And earlier we spoke on uncomfortability and how common it is. And sometimes people get thrown off because their vision get tested. And sometimes the challenge isn't there to stop your vision. A challenge is there to just test your vision, just test the validity of it. And you just have to understand that vision, once you identify that, it reveals so much to you, right? So 2 questions you should always ask yourself, man. And I heard these 2 questions from Miles Monroe. If nobody ever heard of him, go check him out. A lot of great knowledge on him. But anyway, what do you envision for yourself? And what is the vision you have for yourself? And just like, bro, those 2 things, like even saying those words, like just sound powerful.
Say it one more time.
What do you envision for yourself? And what is the vision you have for yourself? And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It make you sit back and say that, like, man. And that's a powerful question, because once you identify that, you know what values to adopt. And what are values, man? Like, one definition of values is how you should behave and what standards you choose to live by. You feel me? And that's what kind of like a vision is up to dictate. So, yeah, man. You know, if you go ahead, what you about to say?
I'm listening, actually, man. I don't normally do this, but I'm gonna be obedient and I'm gonna do this. So I feel like somebody, not just somebody, it's people in this world that struggle with the same thing. And we talking about this for a reason. It's hit me sharp right now. It's a lot of people in the field in which they doing things that they don't want to be doing, such as work related. They, in the field of work that they hate. Wake up, they dread going to work. They wonder why they continue to go to work. But then the answer that they keep getting is the fact, I need a check. But still and yet, you're working to collect a check in which the check runs out relatively quick. And then on top of that, you still don't even appreciate it if it is worthwhile. So with that being said, I'm going to challenge you to challenge yourself. And I'm going to say, both B and myself, we talking about vision. What do you envision of yourself, like he stated? Not only that, I'm going to take it a step further and deeper, and I'm going to say, challenge yourself to figure out what your gift is, what your niche in this world is, so to speak. Figure out what it is that you do the best at with the least amount of effort, as God dropped on my heart years ago. Figure that out. And once you figure that out, see, it's simple to a lot of, it's complicated to a lot of people, but it's really simplistic. When you figure out that it's already something that's on demand, people coming to you for this thing, whether that be baking, whether that be advice, whether that be taxes, whatever it is, to be honest with you, it's the small thing that you may look at in your life that you do. You may look at it as being small, but it's the seed of a business. Figure that out. Because once you figure out what your gift and your talent is, then to be honest with you, you can always build around that.
Facts.
And I say to you, from that point, moving forward, don't be afraid of the next step. The next step is putting forth the effort to actually put yourself in process. No, to put yourself in, on a level in which you realize that, number one, you're not beneath the next person, or, you belong here because you do. If you're already doing it. See, a lot of people, the thing that's interesting, a lot of people do these things, man, for free. Now, they do them for free. Family functions come around and people want you to do the decorating or whatever. Right. But you like, again, But again, everybody always telling you, you did your thing afterwards, but then you don't think much of it. But it's something that does your heart a lot of joy when you're doing it. Why not focus on that? Like, really, bro, push 100%. That. It's 23. You tired of what you did in 22, before the pandemic, whenever. Let's try something different. If you say you're really tired of what you've been going through, then to be honest with you, try. Have faith enough to try to push what's already within you. Push that, bring it outward. Let's see what happens.
I'm gonna actually add something to that before I move on, but like solitude, man, I speak on this a lot because it's super important. And as me as an only child, I identified this early on in my life. is that solitude is super important, bro. Like I said, I was only a child, so I had to deal with it a lot. But being by yourself, man, in the quiet, like whether it be going on a walk, going to the park, sitting in your car somewhere quiet, you know what I'm saying? Putting on, if you got to put earbuds in your head and just sit in the car quietly, whatever you can find some solitude, the closet, wherever, that's when God speaks to you, man, the most.
You're right.
Because when you got too much going on, you always listening to the TV, you studying with music in, you always on the computer. It's like you always around friends.
It's commotion.
Bro, you can't hear nobody speaking. You can't hear God speaking to you. So you got to get quiet sometimes. Once you identify your vision, man, pray to God, whatever, however you identify your vision, man, meditate on it, and listen for what God has to speak to you on it. And if you allow yourself to live by what you don't have, you will never rise. If you always allow yourself to just think about and live by what you don't have, you're never going to rise above what you don't have. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand three things, which is the greatest enemy to vision is distraction. Number two, distractions are not bad things, they are good things. Meaning distractions are like, sometimes they're not always bad things. Like, oh man, I can't go there because they over here doing this. It's like, bro, good things, the TV is good, bro, and that's a distraction. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be mindful, because some things that are good for you or that feel good can be a distraction also. And number three, vision comes in phases and seasons. And you may not always get it in one time, but you have a mission that you have to do. Like you said, decorations. You don't know what the next step is, but that's your season right now. That's your phase you in right now. Handle that. You know what I'm saying? And that's just building it on and adding on to your skills. It's uncommon for, moving on to my next point, it's uncommon for people to have delay, or people to adopt delayed gratification. Like, this is super important, dog, because why is it so hard for people to stay on track with their goals, working out, saving money? It's because of instant gratification. That's a spoiled mindset. And we can buy, like I said, I'm a foodie, bro. When you get extra money, when you have extra money, they got a dollar menu, bro. You ain't even got to have a lot of money. You feel me? You could splurge out on $5. You know what I'm saying? Get 5 McChickens. We can buy food. You feel me, bro?
Now you need to really question, why is it $5?
But nah, I'm saying, bro, like the instant gratification tip, bro. But you right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand that what you put in your body, you need to value what you put in your body, which is very important.
Facts. Like
very important.
Go ahead.
Nah, you're right, bro. But because of instant gratification, because of that spoiled mindset, man, because we can have everything we got so much information in our phones. Right here, at the click of a button, we can look up anything we want. You can look up, you know, it's crazy, bro. It go deep, man. Like I said, food, porn. We got money. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you got money coming in. You can buy whatever you want. And I think that having all those abilities sometimes don't allow us to grow and wait for the reward at the end of the journey, because we could get it right now. You know, why wait when I can get my reward right now? Why wait to feel better? Or why am I suffering in the gym when I could just go eat ice cream and feel good right now? You feel me? Why court a woman and talk to her, take her out on dates when I could go and look on my phone and look at porn and have a woman do whatever I want right now? You know, why save money when I could go buy this shirt right now? And it's like, you could get, you know what I'm saying? Having that instant transaction. That's why, man, I feel like, you know, you always hear about in the drug game, people either dying, ending up in jail, or getting on drugs. And it's like that fast money like that. I feel like the fast transaction, it don't lead to nothing sustainable.
It creates a momentary high that it's like, people talk about, it's the gateway drug, really, because just like people talk about with weed, they say, you know, well, how did you wind up doing something way more potent, or you wind up doing like the worst drug? And they said it's because ultimately it goes back toward them chasing the first high that they had before.
Facts, bro.
They got that high, so they wanted to outclass that high, and then they try something different. And so, you know, it's always, again, chasing the tip. Here we go again, chasing that tail.
100%, man.
And it's like, you said something earlier, man. I want to go back to it. First of all, you was talking about prayer. It was something that we was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And you said, you was talking about isolation, silence. And I agree with you totally on that. And then you was talking about prayer. I want to add something on to that.
What's up?
After that, to whoever this, to whoever this is needed for, just understand something. After you say, after you go to God in prayer, have the ears to hear what's going to be said to you, the instructions, but also write it down.
Yeah. Because
from those words or instructions, that could be your business plan. Mm-hmm. Write it down, and be careful on who you show it to, because everybody is not your friend. Everybody does not mean you well. Like,
100%.
I hate to say it, even if it's family member, you got to
protect that vision, bro.
Exactly.
Exactly. Protect your vision.
Definitely. Now going back, and I want to say something else on to what you said earlier about you was talking about I believe it was vision.
I said a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Let me go back. I was talking about the 2 questions to ask yourself. I was talking about the great enemies of the 3 enemies of distraction. One enemy is distraction. Another one is distractions are bad. People think distractions are bad.
That's what it is. Oftentimes when we think about distractions, and you brought up a good point, because oftentimes when we think about distractions, we think about the most negative things. Oftentimes distractions can also be good for us, because I've seen this happen too many times before. You will mess around and you in a rush to leave someplace to get to someplace else. But here it is, God interfere a lot of times and have you late. And, oftentimes you wonder, why I'm late going here. You don't know what it is that God pulling you from, which if you would have made it on time, who's to say you would have even made it to the concert at all? Sometimes when we always want to look at life and we always want to rush to the next spot or the next location, understand that sometimes if for whatever, if something strange happened and we don't make it, we being distracted for another reason.
We need to pay attention,
exactly.
Bro. Be aware.
And just, and again, the most important thing is this here. You alive, and you have an opportunity. Even if you don't make that concert, you can go to another one. Concerts going on all the time. 100%. So again, it's not the end all be all, but distractions, they shouldn't always be seen as the worst all the time, because sometimes God is really interfering, to make sure that we stay safe.
Facts, bro. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's super important, because you do have to be aware, because sometimes, like you said, distractions pop up in your life to notify you of something, to get your attention. So it's 100% true, bro. My last point, I would say, close to the last point, is family. I feel like family is becoming uncommon. I like one of the attributes, man, that I appreciate.
Is it becoming uncommon or common?
And it depends.
When you say family, what about family?
When I say uncommon, I'm saying like the aspects of, like I said, we got this technology. We got to be careful not to allow it to tear us away from our family. Having the TV on, you know what I'm saying, in the bedroom. We wanted that conversation time, that intimate time together. And I feel like we don't be careful, like so much technology around, the phone, the computer, you got it so close to your hands, then it's going to break up the family. We're not going to spend that close time together, that have dinner together.
Valuable time.
So we can't allow that family structure to be lost. And that's one of the attributes I appreciate about you, because it's like, yo, man, I always say my dad wasn't in my life. So I always value that when I see a man who handling his business in his child's life, or children's life. And society is only as strong as your family. Society is only as strong as its family. Excuse me. You must build a strong family, and family determines the condition of the nation. And I heard this also from Miles Monroe, and I thought it was a good point enough to repeat it. He said, at times we want the government to discipline, educate, correct, and protect our children. but that's not their responsibility. If we want a better government, we must make better families. And I thought that was super important, man. And respect is built at home first, man. So like, if you build that cohesiveness at home, if you build that respect at home, they'll go out in society and also have respect.
Who is they?
Your children, man.
Okay,
your children. We gotta clarify that, bro.
Yeah, you right about that, and I'm gonna say something on that. What brother Monroe was saying. With that, I definitely agree, because again, it's like one of the most heartbreaking moments in America through the eyes of colored people is just to watch a police officer beating on a child, somebody's child. It could be a grown man, but somebody's child. But then you stop and you ask yourself, you like, okay, what did this guy do?
Twofold, bro. It's always twofold.
And then on top of that, then you have to stop and ask, okay, so in a home, you don't like, what got this child to becoming a young man to going out and doing this? Or you also, you always, the one thing that I'm not oblivious to having children is this here. I have children. I love my children with all my heart. But I am not going to sit up there and nobody's going to ever tell me that I have angels all the time. Because I know what the deal is. I sit there and I watch him. Nobody going to ever say, oh, he's oblivious to his. No, I know. Mine's slick. I know what it is. Bro. But the thing about it, it's about what we teaching in these households. First of all, you can't sit up there and you asking the government to do all this stuff that we should already be doing and incorporating within our own household. It's like we are like self-policing. It starts with us in our house. We should be up there teaching these kids, look, this is what you shouldn't be doing in this house, because if you're doing it in this house, then I mean you're going out there and you're going to try it too. And this is how it's going to happen out in the streets or wherever. So that's why we sitting up here, and that's why we attacking this issue in the house.
Facts.
But again, it's like, it's the small things. It's just, it's the in-home chores that we must do.
I like that choice of words.
But it goes beyond the house, because if you teach your home etiquette, then when they leave out of the house, then they're showcasing the same thing that they learn in the house.
Thanks, bro.
Majority of the time. I say majority of the time because you have instances in which still and yet people going to make their own choice. Even though they may have been taught the right way, they're going to still make their choice. So that's all I can say on that.
Nah, that's 100%, bro. And my last point, man, I guess to tie it all home is fatherhood and husbands. Like, me and you both are husbands, man. We both fathers. And of course, bro, you a vet in the game. You know what I'm saying? I just entered into my fatherhood. But that short time, like reflecting back on like my mom's teaching, and now that I'm going through it, it's like you pull on that on that subconscious of what you've been taught at home, right? Like what you said. My mom, preached to me. Sometimes I didn't want to hear it. And now that I'm having a family and building a family of my own, some of that same messaging is resonating and rising up now. And I'm able to call on it and reflect on it. So as a father and as a husband, I was lying in bed with my wife, man, after an argument. And she had an extra blanket in the bed. And I was like, what's that blanket for? And I was like, you trying to divide us? Are you trying to divide this family? I said it sarcastically. And bro, her answer shook me, dog. She said, your actions are dividing this family. And I was like, whoa, bro. You know what I'm saying? And as a husband, as a father, we got to lead our families, man. If the father's cussing in the home, they're going to think it's okay. If the father is drinking in the home, they're going to think it's okay. And we can't resolve our issues. If we can't resolve our issues with our wives and our families, then they're going to lack conflict resolution and good communication skills, man. So us, man, we got to just take hold, man, and really assess ourselves, man, like, and figure out what aspects of ourselves that we need to strengthen, and then what areas of strength that we could pass on those teachings to our family, man.
So self-assessment.
Self-assessment, bro.
I like that, man. Because God knows I ain't perfect.
Bro. You know what I'm
Far
saying?
from it.
Same, bro.
know?
Same, man.
And that to go back and to say one last thing also. To think about it, man, it's so easy to be it's so easy to get on the defensive.
Facts, bro.
It's easy like that, man.
I could have easily just turned that around, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's so, but the thing about it, man, when growth happens is when you are able to open up your mouth and instead of saying something harsh or, or critically delivered towards somebody else, you come back and you say, you know what? You're right. I got to work on me.
Facts.
It's a lot that I got to work on. I'm not perfect, but sometimes,
that's the hardest thing, bro.
I heard this for a long time, and then it hit me, man. When you hear I'm not perfect, but I'm worth it, it just sounds like a song. But when you break it down and you really think about it, we got to believe that we truly are worth it. Like, change does not happen until we feel like we worth the change. Or change does not happen until you feel like, you got to get off yourself sometimes. You got to, we sit up there, man, we ask God, we ask God for help, but then we come back and we say, we ask God, forgive me, but you haven't forgiven yourself. It's just like, the thing about it, man, either you can speak about being healed or you can put yourself in position to begin your process of healing. It's just like, you got to allow that to happen. Facts. If you wearing the doggone Band-Aid all the time, you talking about, man, yeah, it's going to heal. But, bro, when you going to take the Band-Aid off and let it really do what it's supposed to be doing anyways.
Facts.
But it's going to hurt. That comes along with it. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Bro.
Now, that's the trip. As a man, we talk about a lot of stuff, but we really do fear pain.
Facts.
We fear the physical manifestation of pain and the mental portion of pain.
Facts, bro.
We don't like pain.
I'm talking about, bro, we'll lean into our strengths, dog.
Yeah.
Lean into our strength to our detriment at that. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
And, bro, I'm telling you, man, and be like totally jacked up. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get sick.
You know those, you know what come in my head when you talking about that? Like those movie, I don't know if you ever seen it in a movie, to where it'd be like a front, like it'd be the front of the house and it looks amazing straight, and then they open the door and the whole thing fall over and it's just like a two-dimensional thing, you know what I'm talking about? And that's how some of us act, bro, as men. We put out this strong persona, this manly persona. Boy, look here. But behind us, bro, straight two-dimensional.
Boy, look here. You kick down the door and there's nothing there. That's it. All it was the door. Like,
bro, for real. That's real, bro. So, I'm with that, Irv, man, for real. That self-accountability, man, self-assessment. Allow yourself to be healed, man. That was a powerful word, bro. Allow yourself to be healed so you can move forward and be accepting of criticism, man. Be accepting of criticism.
Constructive
criticism, man. So,
and also with that being said, because we talking about the brothers too, but for the ladies,
yeah, facts.
Please,
you know what I'm saying?
sisters.
It goes both with that sword cut both ways, bro.
Queens, please. It's a right way and it's a wrong way to begin to deliver constructive criticism.
Most definitely, bro. Kev on stage, you familiar with him?
Nah.
He a comedian. But he said that him and his wife was arguing, and hopefully I'm saying it right, man. But him and his wife was arguing, and he was like, "You want me to tell you the truth? I'm gonna tell you the truth." And she was like, "Stop. If you think you're gonna tell me the truth without love, then you got me messed up, because truth without love is not right, and then love without truth isn't right." You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to deliver the truth to somebody, do it in love, man. Don't do it in spitefulness. You feel me?
I like that. Repeat that one more time. What she say?
She said, truth without love isn't right, and love without truth isn't right.
No,
she was like, let me stop you right there. If you think you're going to say the truth to me without saying it in a loving way, then you got me messed up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's real, bro. You can't deliver the truth in a spiteful way, man. If you're gonna deliver the truth, you're gonna deliver it in a loving way so they could be accepting to it, or they could receive it in the right way.
That's true.
So yeah, man.
Real talk,
bro. I love that.
Yes,
you
sir.
feel me? I appreciate that. So, Hey man, that's all I got, bro. I done ran my mouth long enough. Hopefully you guys pull something from it. Hopefully we weren't rambling over here, man. Leave us a comment, leave us a review. All the contact information, links, whatever the case may be, ways to get in touch with us are in the description of this video, of this podcast. I'll be listening to us, man. So we appreciate you guys for listening. Honestly, appreciate you, E, man, for showing up each week. And
question yourself: are we being common or uncommon?
There you go, bro. That's it. So till next week, man. Peace.
23.
We appreciate you giving us a listen. If you like this episode and would like to engage with us or support, reach out through our social media platforms, linked in the description, and tune in every Thursday to check out new episodes. See you next week.